What up, burnt ones? This is the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. To my right, as always, is my wonderful co-host. You know him from Netflix and his amazing stand-up special, Move Closer. It's Philadelphia's own Chip Chantry.
And over here to my left is Emmy award-winning writer, producer, and founding member of Sha Na Na, Mr. Thomas O'Brien.
I was the one that wanted to add "nah" at the end.
It was just Sha Na, and then you were like, guys, I came in and you had this like whole plan, like it was like a whole like written out like formula, like Goodwill Hunting formula, you know?
They really just kind of went up to all of my work that I'd done to add the extra "nah" and kind of drew a triangle around it. And that's when I realized it was also a pyramid scheme.
It always is, Thomas. Whether it is selling beauty supplies, kitchen knives from college children, or a 50s throwback band, it's always a pyramid scheme.
By the way, we're looking for a side hustle. If you've got a nice pyramid scheme that you think would be good for the Sunburnt podcast, let us know in the comments.
We'll promote it. We'll do the legwork. We each have 3 friends, including each other. We would have to be each other's friends. That's the only thing. We each have 2 friends and each other, but I think that would still support the base of a pyramid.
Yeah, and I think you want like a little bit of circulation, a little bit of churn at the bottom of that is just a closed loop.
Yeah, you need a dark horse. You need a maverick. Every pyramid scheme needs a maverick, is what I'm saying. That's what the tribal tattoo on my lower back says. Every pyramid scheme needs a maverick.
What's the closest you ever got to being involved in a pyramid scheme, Chip?
I think we've all been in a couple like meetings with people where it's like you get that phone call from that friend from high school that wasn't really a friend, but you're like, hey, I just want to catch up because we're both 24 now. And then let's talk about baseball for a minute, even though I'm not really a baseball fan. And then you're like, oh, hey, by the way, I have this new cough syrup that I am selling, and I would love to sit down and have lunch with you to talk to you about it. And we'll go Dutch on the lunch, by the way. That's always a pyramid scheme thing, too. They try to take you out to lunch, and then you think, oh, it's like some business thing. Maybe they'll pay for it to pick up the check. They never pick up the check. That's pyramid scheme 101. So I've been to I think I went to a lunch once where I was like, I thought I was catching up with somebody. Yeah. And he's like, hey, I want to tell you about this cool thing. I'm like, okay.
Do you remember what the cool thing was?
Yeah, it was definitely like some sort of earlyish days of the internet. Like I'm talking like early mid 2000s, kind of like e-commerce site kind of thing. Like we sell these things. And I think it was cleaning products were part of it.
Yeah.
And like, oh, you do this. And then like he literally started drawing it on a napkin. And I saw the shape of it, Thomas.
Yeah.
I saw the shape of it.
When you see that outline.
Literally one of the first things you learn, you have a young child.
Yep.
One of the first things I know, I'm sure she has learned or is learning, are her shapes.
Yeah.
And one of those shapes is a pyramid, Thomas.
It's a pyramid. It's a classic triangle.
How about you? Have you ever, how close have you gotten?
Ooh, when inadvertently, when I was a young gun, I almost started one.
That's when you know you're really in deep, when you're really in trouble, when you don't realize you've started a pyramid scheme.
Well, I just didn't understand the concept. I think like I saw what it was online. I kind of put the dots together, and it was like somebody tried to get me to buy one online, and I was like, why would I do this when I could just start it? Like it was these series of booklets on how to be a successful person.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And so like there would be a list, and you would buy booklet number 1 for $5 from the first person on the list.
Okay.
You would buy booklet number 2 from the second one. You signed all these people $5. And basically how it was supposed to work is like the person who started it, you would buy, if you went to him directly, you'd buy all 6 books from him.
Okay.
And then people underneath the person who started it would sell them to the people underneath them. And the first 5 books at that point would go to the guy who started it. And the 6th book, that could be your sale. And then as it got further and further down, each new name only got added once, and they took off the founding members spot 1 per. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Once you get 7 rungs down, the founder's no longer getting paid, but boy was he getting paid the whole time before. And I was just like, why not make me the founder? I can write books.
Yeah.
So I wrote some books on how to be successful. And I'm legitimately in 6th grade at this point in time.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I was inspired. This is not a joke. You remember Mo Money, Mo Problems?
This is fascinating. Go ahead. Mo Money, Mo Problems.
They wore these shiny suits.
Yeah, they did.
And I wanted to be able to buy those shiny suits for me and my buddy.
Because you were 6th graders. You're starting middle school.
You gotta look good. What are people in middle school gonna think?
Yeah.
I wrote the books, and then I bought a bunch of envelopes, and I needed a little help with stamps.
Sure.
Had to ask my dad for help with stamps, and he was like, "Why do you need all these stamps?" And I told him, and he was like, "Oh, that's a pyramid scheme, and that's illegal."
How have we gotten this far in this podcast and our relationship till I've heard this story? This is maybe my favorite. First of all, point number 1 that I have is I'm in.
Let's go.
I want to buy some books.
All right.
Number 2, do you still have these books? Or do you have any idea what these books look like or the content of these books?
I'm sure it wasn't top notch.
Well, you're a 6th grader. Of course it wasn't top notch. That's the best part.
Remember floppy disks?
Of course.
So it's on one of those somewhere.
And so who is your market? Were you going to sell them to friends?
No, internet. I was going in chat rooms.
Okay.
So I'm like, you can make all this money. You can do this. You can do that. And people are just like, really? Okay. Okay, I'm in. But like, I didn't want to, give out the address and take any sales unless I was ready to rock, because I didn't have a car. I couldn't get to the store. There was no Amazon. I couldn't just get the stuff I needed. I needed to get these things printed too. You had to send a physical copy. It was all about selling the book, Chip.
Okay. Here's the best part. Can you imagine being a lonely 32-year-old man in 1998 on the internet?
Yeah.
You're surfing the web. You're doing that like that big noise. The dial-up thing happens.
Yeah.
You're in these chat rooms. You're like, I think I need new direction. I'm working as a night clerk at it's whatever, and I need something. And you're like, oh, I found this guy. He is my business guru.
Yeah.
And then you send away for the books. You're like, I'm gonna read this book, and it's literally just like a book report from a 5th grader about how to make money, like printed out. Like there's just pictures of like Bo Jackson and Michael Jordan at the bottom. Do you know what I mean? Like, and, you know what I mean? Just like race cars. And you're like, oh, you could have just brought somebody's, like that could have been the final straw for somebody. Just a lonely guy sitting there like, they get the package, that manila envelope, and they're like, this is the answer. And then it's the ramblings of a 5th grader.
Dude, I had
this is my favorite. This is a movie right here. This is a movie script, Thomas. I'm so excited. I don't want to do this podcast anymore, Thomas.
Right,
I know we're supposed to start the podcast. I know we're supposed to talk about travel. This is breaking news right now. I love this so much.
I think if people got the books, though, they would have been better off than most pyramid schemes that were going on at the time.
Okay.
I will tell you that my dad had an acquaintance or somebody that pitched him on a laundry ball.
Okay.
Do you remember the laundry ball?
Yes. Yeah.
The laundry ball was legitimately just a ball. It was about the size of your fist, maybe a little smaller. It was filled with liquid.
Mm-hmm.
And you put it in your clothes washer, and you're magically not supposed to need detergent anymore.
Right.
It'll save you all this money on detergent. It costs $50. It uses science, and
using science is important. That's always the best part. It's like, this product, it uses science. Yeah. That's how you sell people on it.
It did nothing.
Yeah.
And like he wanted my dad to buy one, and then he wanted my dad to sell them to all his friends. Like it was just like this pyramid scheme for a product that didn't work at all.
Yeah. And
I remember like knowing maybe even younger than that like, oh, this guy is trying to steal from us and get us to steal from other people. Yeah. And then the other thing, I didn't know about this back in the day, but I heard recently there was a dude who would put ads in like newspapers and the back of magazines, how people used to buy stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was for a solar powered clothes dryer.
Okay. I'm in.
I think it cost like $50-$60, something like that.
Yeah.
People would send away for it. And what they would get in the mail is a piece of rope. He was selling them a clothesline, which is technically a solar-powered clothes dryer.
That's exactly what it is. The man is brilliant. By the way, next episode of the Sunburnt podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just suggesting you do this.
Uh-huh.
But I will not be wearing a Hawaiian shirt the next episode. I will be wearing a lime green business suit with giant question marks all over it.
Ooh, getting some of that government financing.
Getting some of that government finance, just like that. I think the guy's name was Mark. Was it Mark something? I forget. But
question mark?
The question mark. I think it was question mark with all the question marks. And he, if anybody could sell the laundry ball, it would be him. He would be able to figure out a way to do that.
Yeah, like the man who answered the question, what if Bill Nye was a real business guy? He had a big Bill Nye energy, didn't he?
He had a great Bill Nye energy, but just like a little too, like if Bill Nye was a little coked up and owed a lot of back taxes. If Bill Nye was on a bender and owed a lot of back taxes, that's this question mark guy. Yeah. Okay, I guess we should do our vacation podcast.
Yeah, maybe we should do the vacation podcast.
I feel like I've done the work already. I've done the work part. Now I need the vacation part because I think I've learned about money. I'm going to tell you one thing. The one thing I would love to see is 5th grade Thomas O'Brien's views on life and how to be successful.
Yeah.
I bet you there's some really valuable, like looking back, some Marcus Aurelius style life advice from a fifth grader.
Yeah, I'm sure it was good. And I think I also probably would have done the courtesy of including like a photocopy of maybe the cover of one of my Goosebump books.
Right. I think, yes. Yeah, like the Tarot of Halloween, or I feel like you have a lot of quotes in there. There's a lot of I'm sure, I'm 100% positive that one of the chapters of your book was entitled "Yeah, Baby."
Yeah, baby, the good life. What to do once you hit it rich.
Right.
Very important chapter. That's the 6th book, Chip.
Yes, I think it is. I bet you there was a chapter on how to be a private detective for pets.
The Ace Ventura method?
Yes, I think there is.
How to get rich off exotics?
Yes. Your idea for Mambo number 6. You know what I mean? Like, these are all the things that a 5th grader in 1998 is thinking about.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you waited until the next year, maybe the next book would have been advice on how to live that life the Loca style. Live that Vita Loca.
Well, we got to get into this podcast, man. We got to get into the travel delights that we have in store.
For those of you listening, I feel like you've already gotten lessons about money and business. You've done the work. Mm-hmm. It's time to vacation now, Tommy.
Yeah, you're financially sound. Let's talk about going on a trip.
Mm-hmm.
This week, we are talking about a celebrity you can take a road trip with. Mm-hmm. We have teased this 2 weeks in a row, haven't got to it. We're coming out of the gates hot with it this time. We're talking about a new trend, airport divorces, Chip.
Yeah.
Huh? What's an airport divorce and why are people doing it?
And we're also going to be doing Jimmy Buffett facts. We're going to be talking about the good book, the Guinness Book of World Records. And I think we're going to finish up with some vacation rules. We've given you financial rules. Now it's time for vacation rules.
This is the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. If those two things sound like they should go together to you, stay tuned. Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308. How much longer is that Captain Crunch mascot going to be taking photos with kids in the lobby?
Captain Crunch? Oh, Mr. Chantry, that's our bellhop Henry.
Oh, well, I thank him for his service.
Chip!
Tommy!
It is episode 36 of the Sunburnt podcast, and I can't believe I'm saying this. We are 34 days away from Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise. CC Tip.
Just over a month to the CC Tip.
And it's getting chilly here, man. I am, by sheer will, not wearing a sweatshirt right now.
Oh, I'm jeaned up right now, and yeah, it is. It's the chill, the frost of of October has hit the Philadelphia region as well.
The weather's turning, and I just can't wait to be in those gentle 80s, high 70s, hanging out with my buddy, with our families, with the burnt ones that are coming out. Chip is going to be doing 2 comedy shows this year at the Blue Note Hawaii, right there in Waikīkī in the Outrigger Hotel. And if you're going to be in Hawaii for Thanksgiving, come on out. Come on out to the show. Come hang out on us. We're going to be doing some hangs on the beach and stuff for burnt ones. Come out. It's going to be an amazing time. And I can't believe this is how we get to spend Thanksgiving this year, Chip.
This is how we do it, literally, like
Montel Jordan.
And I got to run my hour a couple of times this weekend.
Ooh.
Had a blast doing it, and I'm really having fun with it. So I want people to. It's one evening. It's kicking off the Thanksgiving holiday, Thanksgiving Eve. Where you put out your stockings and you hope that the turkey just fills that sock with stuffing and gravy.
The big gobbler.
Yep.
Stuffs your sock.
Stuffs your sock, and I'll be the pre-show for that. So it's gonna be. I'm very excited.
Dude, it's gonna be awesome. Tickets are on sale at BlueNoteHawaii.com, or you can also find the link on SunburntPodcast.com and go up to the tickets link on the top right. Dude, it's coming so quickly. What are you looking forward to the most, Chip?
That first day that you've been talking about like if your room's not ready, like dropping off your bags and then just stepping out onto that beach, maybe with a cold one in your hand.
Yeah, I'm hoping I haven't oversold it too much, but that was the first time I went. It was one of the most amazing feelings I've ever had. Just like realizing you can get on a plane and be in this like place that doesn't even seem real to me. It's just so perfect.
And again, this is my first time going to be in Hawaii.
Yep.
But I'm doing the research and I'm looking it up and I was checking out some maps. It looks like this island is almost literally surrounded by water.
Almost entirely. Like the Rady Shell we talked about last week, it is almost entirely surrounded by water.
Wow. I know my geography, and the way I'm looking at it, I'm saying like this island, it seems like there's water on all sides.
And it's delightful warm water. We talked about it before.
Yep.
76 degrees to 80 degrees on average during the November months. Gonna be a beautiful, beautiful time to hang out with the families in the sun, get some relaxing in, and mix it with some stand-up comedy. Come on.
Yep.
Come on out.
We're
going to be having a great time. And in memory, in anticipation of what we're going to be doing, I think it's time to get a little slather going, bud.
Let's do it. Let's start it out. We want to start safe. We don't want to get those rays on us too much. We don't ruin a good time. Let's put that sunblock on.
Oh, dude. Come on.
I'm slathered up today. This feels good.
We're also both signed up for the Turkey Trot. We're going to be turkey trotting on Thursday, doing the 5K. There's a lot of different options there, but we're doing the 5K around Diamond Head. It's going to be epic, dude.
So this is what we want you to do. We want you to spend the week with us, but especially that 18-hour period, basically, where you come out, you see the show on Wednesday night, maybe have a cocktail or two, but then run that cocktail off the next morning with that turkey trot on Thanksgiving. Because it's on the Sunburnt Podcast website where you can check out the link for the Turkey Trot. We signed up for it. It's for a good cause.
It's a local marathon running club that helps people get up to marathons. It's very healthy, Chip. It's very healthy. And also on that same website, we've got a list of all the Thanksgiving-specific meal options that are kind of happening in Waikiki that week. It's, we've put it together. Hopefully it's useful for you if you're going out there. There's direct links to, book and all that kind of stuff.
Our website, how many stops do you think that shop has?
Stops?
Yeah, how many stops does that shop have? It's a one-stop shop, it seems like.
Oh, yeah. You don't need to go to a lot of websites if you go to the sunburntpodcast.com.
And also, if you click that, so there's the links for the tickets for Chip Chance's Thanksgiving in Paradise. There's links to the Turkey Trot. Mm-hmm. There are lots of links to the Thanksgiving food items, the different restaurants right in the area that you can do. Get your reservations now for that. And then finally, at the bottom, there is a link to buy a series of books about how to live a successful life from 5th grade Thomas O'Brien.
Published for the first time, made public for the first time. You can find out how to be as rich as I was when I was 8 years old.
How many times have I said, even in my adult life, when things are a little frustrating, the bills are coming in, you're worrying about, just that neck is a little tight, and you're just like, and you're like, I wish I was as rich as an 8-year-old boy in rural Oregon in the late 90s.
I mean, I don't think you can be much more rich in wonder.
Oh, no. You had a wallet full of wonder back when.
Yeah, the wallet, the wonder account was flush.
Flush with wonder. Yeah, with wonder and pizzazz. You diversified. You had pizzazz, you had chutzpah, you had wonder.
I had a wiffle ball bet.
That's a portfolio of happiness right there.
We could argue, was I happier then? Am I happier now?
Mm-hmm.
I have more money now. I have less wonder.
I think we're going to get some wonder up next month in Hawaii.
That's why we go, and that's why we do this podcast, to celebrate the wonder. We're going to get in some Guinness facts later.
I want you to create a wall of wonder. Just an entire wall of wonder. I'm trying to think of what we could call it. I'll workshop it. I can't think. But just like just a wall of wonder.
Wow. Oh,
yeah.
Listen, wow.
I'll think of there's got to be a name for that wall of wonder. I don't know. I'll think about it.
We should really think about it. Man, I know you said you did a couple of shows this weekend. How was your weekend, bro?
It was great. I did some shows. I did some Don't Tell shows. Are you familiar with Don't Tell?
It's the one where they don't tell you who's going to show up.
Yeah. And speaking of wonder, you literally have to wonder who the comedians are.
As the performer, do you know who the other performers are going to be, or is that a secret?
You sort of find out. You'll get like it's very grassroots and very laid back. Like literally, like a few days beforehand, I'll get an Instagram message with all of the comedians on it. So you're like, oh, okay, it's that person. It's generally local comics. Like I'm in Philly, so like sometimes there'll be some New York comics coming down, but generally it's people you know. I was out in the suburbs of Philly for this one, but it was it's fun. Apparently, Don't Tell is the largest comedy club chain in the country right now, but yet it doesn't have a single brick and mortar place. It's these mailing lists, and you get on and they're like, hey, there's going to be on Friday night, there's going to be a Don't Tell comedy show in this neighborhood in Philadelphia. And we're not going to tell you exactly where. We're not going to tell you who's on it, but you want to go, and it's the speakeasy kind of thing. You buy a ticket, and then the day of, you get the email, and it's like, they still don't tell you who the comedians are, but they're like, it's going to be at this barber shop or in the back room of this bar or just, like in this grass hut that we built, whatever it is. And it's always fun. So I did that. That was a lot of fun. Had 2 really fun shows. And then Saturday, I was also out in the suburbs of Philadelphia with my new buddy who I met in Nebraska at the Great American Comedy Festival back in June. Did 2 shows with Yakov Smirnoff.
Beautiful, buddy.
Just a legendary Yakov Smirnoff, coming directly from Branson, Missouri, where he's got it's one of the most beautiful theaters I've ever seen. He was showing me pictures of it in video. He has a 2,000 seat theater in Branson.
Wow.
And that he's had it for about 30 years. And he's branching out more now. Like, he's had this thing going in Branson for years where he basically just had his residency there. And now he's getting out there more. So we did a couple good shows. He's doing Yakov Smirnoff is doing a movie with, up in Boston with, I think Mark Wahlberg. And so it's a whole thing. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun shows. And how about you? How was your weekend?
It's a great weekend, dude. Great weekend. I think that the most notable thing was went and got my flu shot.
Oh, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Me and my wife went and had an interesting experience. Have you ever been waiting in line to like get something at the pharmacy?
Sure.
And have the person in front of you turn around and very casually ask, so this is the vaccine line. What vaccine are you getting?
Ugh. What are you, the vaccine police?
I don't know, dude. We were just there for our flu shot, but there was one line for like everybody to get all the shots, and this guy just like kind of, a real jazzy personality just turned around and was like, so, what shot are you guys getting?
Okay. I'll tell you right now, I love a jazzy personality.
I do too.
Love a jazzy personality. But there are certain places I don't need a jazzy personality. And one of them is at the pharmacy when I'm about to get a shot.
It was jazzy and intrusive, Chip.
Write that down. That will be the name of my next special, Jazzy and Intrusive.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'm going to be doing a lot of crowd work.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to be asking very specific questions, but it's going to be with a lot of dazzle.
Don't let anybody from HIPAA know.
Chip Chantry's jazzy and intrusive. I like it.
No, it was really funny.
What's your social security number?
Big cat.
I just become Vincent Price and just ask people painful stories about their childhood. Yeah. Have you ever seen your father naked? You know, she's like, ugh, what are you doing here? Yeah.
Was that one of his shticks?
Oh no, I'm just doing the Vincent Price affect.
Oh,
I mean that would be
okay. Because I only know of him from the 3-episode arc of the Brady Bunch where they go to Hawaii.
Of course, yeah. No, he was intrusive there. I mean, he tied 3 boys to totem poles inside a cave. I mean, that is a little intrusive.
It's intrusive. He also basically stole some artifacts for his own personal gain from the Hawaiian Islands. He was an intrusive man. At least his character was.
Starting to embrace some of the high points of AI.
Okay.
I still have a little. I'm still morally pushing against it. Whatever. I want to see an hour special. Comedy special, AI developed comedy special of AI Vincent Price doing intrusive crowd work with people who are very uncomfortable with him doing it. Yeah. Tell me the details of your divorce. You know, just like he's really, really getting intrusive. You know, what's your weight loss journey? You know, it's just like asking people things. It's just doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think.
Do you have any pre-existing conditions?
I think it can be done. Have you seen or heard of the one where somebody made something called Jason, and it is the murderer from Friday the 13th movies, Jason.
Yes.
Doing his version of Seinfeld. It's like he's just wearing a mask. He's up on stage. Pretty well put together. This is 6 months ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I could see that where he's got a point of view that we haven't heard on stage. I'd like to hear it. I've seen the AI. Have you seen the AI Mr. Rogers?
Oh, there's been a lot of Mr. Rogers going around
where he's saying inappropriate things to Eazy-E, the late Eazy-E.
Yeah, I only saw the thumbnail there. I didn't click on it.
That's a good one. So yeah, so I think so for all of you AI geniuses. AI 1-hour comedy special of the late Vincent Price doing intrusive crowd work.
Maybe it's just 51.
51 minutes is the new hour. Speaking of new hours, non-intrusive, Move Closer by Chip Chantry, now available on YouTube. Written and performed by Chip Chantry, produced by Thomas O'Brien and Chip Chantry.
Check it out. It's I think it's a turning point in comedy. I think it will be remembered as before Move Closer, after Move Closer, the whole art form.
Until the Vincent Price AI crowdwork special comes out.
Yeah.
Then that's the watershed moment in comedy. But I think up until then, Move Closer by Chip Chantry is, yeah.
I mean, maybe you do a Vincent Price. You know, there is that trend, people doing characters, taking shows on the road.
Like somebody tells Mark Twain, right? You know, something like that. Or Edgar. I have a friend, great comic, who does this Edgar Allan Poe show, and he's amazing, you know. So it's I think maybe it's Vincent Price. I mean, I think Bill Hader has done Vincent Price.
Yeah, and he has a great story about Lorne Michaels, significantly older than Bill Hader.
Yeah.
Saw the first version of one of the Vincent Price sketches.
Yeah.
And Bill tells a story. He's he came up to me. He's like, I really like it. I like what you're doing. I think it's funny, but why now?
Why 2 decades after the man's death?
Why now with the Vincent Price? And we are 10 years removed from Bill Hader being on the show. So, I mean, maybe it's time for it to loop back around.
I think it's time. The kids want to hear it. The new kids are ready for it.
All right, buddy. We got to get into it. Let's talk about this celebrity you can go on a road trip with.
All right. So we're talking vacations. We're talking tropical vacations. If you're joining us for the tropical vacation lifestyle, our whole vibe is that. But sometimes not every vacation is necessarily tropical, but I love this idea right here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't love celebrity impersonators? Can I start with that? That would be my pyramid scheme, like elevator pitch. Like, just like, again, Thomas, you and I went to high school together. We haven't seen each other in about 10 years.
Yeah.
I have just made it a point to just bump into you outside of your office building because whatever. And it's like, hey, we've done the things of like, oh, hey, how you been? You married, blah, blah, kids, how's blah, 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 whatever. And then you're like, what are you up to? And Thomas, you're like, oh, I sell insurance and I do whatever. I'm like, oh, great. And now ask me what I do.
What do you do, Chip?
Well, now let me ask you this. You love celebrity impersonators, right? Like, that's the way that I would start every pitch. Because, see, I don't know why I'm not a better businessman, because I feel like
well, I teach you how to do a Ellen DeGeneres impersonation, and then you teach 10 people how to do an Ellen DeGeneres impersonation.
And then all of a sudden we have 12 Ellen DeGeneres. And yeah, it's
and can you imagine just like being funny, dancing on camera, and then also all of them adopting the dark side of Ellen, just the camera off version of Ellen.
It's kind of like that movie Multiplicity with Michael Keaton, where they're just the versions of the versions, and it's just, or it's like Gremlins. It's like Gremlins, but degenerate, like all over, and like some. There's that one that is the fun dancing one, and then there's the other ones that make her staff sign NDAs. You know, whatever. Either way, it's fun for the whole family, and it's a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie. There's no debate about it.
No. Oh, speaking of Christmas movies, Thomas. Okay.
Nice segue.
Let's get back to celebrity impersonators. Okay?
That you can take a road trip with.
Yeah. Who doesn't love a road trip? Now, okay. So there is a guy named Tom Dittus from Lake George, New York. He is a big car guy, just loves to, he's a regular guy. He's not this, I don't believe he's a very wealthy man. I mean, I think he might have some money, but like, it's not like he's a car guy, Thomas.
You're starting your intrusive crowd work already. You look poor,
Thomas. But he likes his cars. He likes his maybe muscle cars, his fast cars. But for whatever reason, a number of years ago, he bought a Ford Country Squire station wagon. Okay. Like a big old 80s station wagon.
It's the one with the wood paneling, right?
With the wood paneling, picture in the 80s. And I think it's, if some of you are figuring this out, you're like, oh, that sounds like the blank. Apparently, he didn't realize this, but people were like, hey, that's the Family Truckster from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Wow.
The famous station wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And so he looks into it. He's like, oh, yeah, this is basically, because the Family Truckster was this big, ugly station wagon that they actually renovated. They put like extra front like lights on it. And like there was a different grill. Like they had it. It wasn't just a regular off the lot car. Like they renovated to make it look extra gaudy. So, but it was the model that they used to then make it extra gaudy. So he's like, hey, I'm usually a sports car kind of guy, but I have this fun kind of thing. Let me do the work and change it into the Family Truckster. So he has the Vacation Family Truckster that he drives around, and then he wanted to get another car. He saw another car that was kind of getting junked. He could get it for parts. So he's like, I'm going to get another station wagon and I'm going to use it for parts because that's cheaper than having to like get the old parts. So he does that, but then he just decides, I'm just going to ramp this one up too. Now he has a fleet. I'm going to call it a fleet. There are 3 of them, but he's got a fleet of 3.
That's a full fleet.
It's a full fleet. It's a fleet enema is what that is. It is a full fleet, and he now has 3 Family Trucksters, and he's leaned into it. He has vanity license plates for each one. One with, of course, some vowels missing, of course. One says Wally World. One says Griswold.
Classic.
And one, of course, says spelled A-N-T, which I love, Aunt Edna, which is great. He even has, like, he'll put luggage and a fake dead Aunt Edna, like, with the blanket over her on the roof, and drives around. People love it. And the beauty is now, it's not like a big business for him, but he does rent these out. So if you have a big event, you're going to the prom, and you want to impress that special lady.
Oh, my gosh.
Instead of getting a limousine, you can rent Lake George, New York's Tom Dittis's Family Truckster.
I love that it started like authentically, Chip. I love that this wasn't something he set out to do.
No.
That he saw an opportunity. He bought a car, realized it was like something from a movie, did some modifications, saw another one, thought, I'll get it for spare parts. And now he has a fleet of celebrity lookalikes that you can take on a road trip, that you can take photos in, that you can take to prom. It's a great idea, and it's just taking what's in your life and put a little pizzazz on it.
Getting a little jazzy, just like that man. Okay, I don't like to look. I don't want to condescend to you, Thomas. I don't want to embarrass you in front of the listeners. But what if that man in front of you at the pharmacy the other day was out in the car waiting for him? Was the Family Truckster? Like he rented the Family Truckster just to go get his vaccine. That's why he was so jazzy. So again, I'm not saying you're wrong to disparage the man, but I'm just saying he could have wheeled up in the Wally World Mobile. That's all I'm saying.
He might have. I don't want to disparage anybody, Chip.
No.
You know that's never been my game.
No.
But the man did point blank to me and my wife ask us about our personal medical information.
Yeah, that goes beyond jazzy. That's smooth jazzy.
To wrap that up, when we told him we were just getting our flu shots, visibly disappointed.
Ugh.
He said something like, "Oh, yeah. I already got that one, and this year's works. I haven't got sick yet."
Good for you, jazzy man.
And then he left without doing his appointment at all.
By the way, I know we're talking a lot about AI. We're talking about the like automation in the workforce, and people lose jobs because of it. So I will say this is a fleet of 3 celebrity lookalikes that are not humans. They are just vehicles. But they're celebrity vehicles and celebrity lookalike vehicles, and I think it is. I think he's doing it for the right reasons. And if you're in the New York State area and you've ever think you see a Family Truckster, it's probably Tom Dittis and one of his fleets.
Chip, at this point in history, with everything we know about the Family Truckster and everything we know about arguably the star of the whole franchise, Mr. Chevy Chase, who would you rather go on a road trip with?
The Family Truckster. The
Family Truckster or a Chevy Chase impersonator?
Oh, okay. So not Chevy Chase, but the impersonator. That's interesting. Let me ask you this. Is the impersonator Chevy Chase now or Chevy Chase 1985? Because that changes a lot of things.
It's from the film.
Okay. I might go with Chevy Chase 85 because it's before I think a lot of us knew some of the demons, and I think he would do a lot more pratfalls. That would be fun. Like I would
a lot more physical comedy.
I don't like to demean people, or like if someone is ever in my employ, I try to treat them with respect or dignity. A waiter, whoever it might be, somebody I try to be
you're
very
a good person. You're a man of the people.
But if I had a Chevy Chase impersonator for a few hours, I am demanding that he falls down and hurts himself a number of times. And honestly, I'm going to be honest. If I got a 2025 Chevy Chase impersonator, like an 80-year-old man, I am still going to make him do some pratfalls. It could be dangerous for him, but I'm still going to do it, but I would feel a little bad. So here's my pecking order. Chevy Chase 85 impersonator.
Yep.
Family Truckster impersonator. Chevy Chase 2025 impersonator. How about you?
Exact same. I wouldn't change a hair on that order.
No, I think I've nailed it.
It would be nice when we're in Hawaii if we could get one of the Family Trucksters up there to tool around the island in.
I think it would be pretty cheap. We just have to have it shipped over across the Pacific. I think we have something in our Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise budget for that.
Yeah, it's probably easy to get a car there quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, think about it. Can you imagine the content, Chip? The very specific niche content for tropical island heads that also love the movie Family Vacation.
Yeah, I mean it's wow. It is a beloved movie, But yeah, that's a specific Venn diagram right there.
Yeah, if you're going to have a Venn diagram, make it specific. That's another rule I live by.
And I will say, in my childhood,
Mhm.
Easily top 5, maybe the number 1 most watched movie by a young Chip Chantry is National Lampoon's Vacation. Can recite it inside and out. My best friend growing up, I can like text him a line from the movie. Not even like it's just a line of exposition. It's not like a joke or anything like that. It will just be a line, and he will immediately text me back. I do the same thing with my brother. Immediately text me back with the response to that line. That it's not even a joke, and they can do it. That's how often the young kids in our neighborhood watched National Lampoon's Vacation over and over again as children.
Honestly, I think I've only seen it once or twice.
Oh.
What made it into our rotation is Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
It's one we watch every year.
Yes.
I've seen it at least 30 times.
Oh, as have I. And I will say, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to step on some toes. This is becoming a controversial podcast episode.
Hopefully it juices the ratings, Chip. We need a little controversy in our laid back tropical podcast comedy.
Christmas Vacation has grown on me. Mm-hmm. But I will say there was a long period of time where every time I watch, and by the way, I watch Christmas Vacation every year and probably multiple times a year. Like just if it's on, you know?
Yeah.
But there for a while, for many years, every time I watched Christmas Vacation, I would then have to go back and watch the original because Christmas Vacation one makes me sad because the original I think is so much funnier. So it's like I understand what Christmas Vacation is doing. It serves a purpose. I enjoy it. It sets up the holiday very well. There are some very funny moments, but it has just a different vibe to it than the original. And like a lot of times I have to go back and watch the original just to cleanse the vacation palate.
It gets you warmed up and then you want the real thing. I get it.
It's even better than the real thing. That's a U2 song right there.
It really is. Well, Chip, from cars, we're going to be taking a transportation shift.
Speaking of vacation cast member alums, planes, trains, and automobiles. Mr. John Candy.
Did you see that documentary?
No, but it's on my list. I'm hoping to this week. I can't wait. Have you seen it?
I watched maybe like 15 minutes of it. Loved it.
And you're like, I loved it enough where I got it and I'm done? Or that was the only time you had and you're going to continue to watch it?
That's the only time I had. Don't know if I'll make it back. The free time is so limited. Chip.
It is. Yeah.
We're getting ready for paradise.
You're getting some of your vaccines, but not all of them. You're a busy man.
I'm getting a portion of vaccines available.
Yeah.
There's like vaccines. Like the lady was really pushing the vaccines.
Yeah.
She was like, "Do you have the hepatitis?" And I was just like, "I think so." And she's like, "Well, there's a new one." And I was like, "Really?
Huh.
Like a new hepatitis? No, I think I'm good." And she's like, "You might just want to get it." And I was like, "I think I have it."
I think I'm good. Yeah.
Like I think she, maybe she got a little upsell for.
Was this in the pharmacy or was this a lady out in the parking lot of the pharmacy?
I mean, it was outside of the store.
Fresh air, sunshine. I don't see anything wrong with that.
I like to live a healthy existence. All right, enough about vaccines. Chip, let's talk about airports.
As we know from the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, air travel can be hectic.
Certainly can.
And really, it's not even the air travel, although we see those videos of some lady or some guy getting pulled off a plane, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's the airport itself that can be very stressful, anxiety-inducing. Mm-hmm. I don't want to miss my flight. I don't want to be pushed in with all these people. Oh, my God, I lost my phone charger. Why are they charging $35 for a coffee? Whatever it is. By the way, okay, not to go off on a tangent. Just saying it, Thomas. Who's buying coffee at an airport? I don't understand it. I don't get. Maybe you are, Thomas. Maybe you're one of those people. And it's a lot of people. I see everybody walking around with let me get my coffee before I go onto the plane. That's a problem for me.
Okay.
First of all, talk about being jazzy.
Yeah.
You're in a metal tube 30,000 feet in the air for 4 hours. You don't need extra energy.
That's fair.
And second, there's like maybe 2 restrooms for the entire plane.
Uh-huh.
and you're going to throw a quart of coffee in your face? I don't understand the logic. I don't get it. But anyway, that's just me. Maybe it's when you're getting off the plane. You're getting off the plane. Hey, let me grab a coffee because I'm going to go enjoy my life now.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
It's also bringing sand to the beach a little bit because they do serve coffee on the plane.
They do. They do. So you could get it there.
Get a little shot of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, airports can be stressful times. That is a time, like during the vacation, if you're traveling with a loved one, let's say your spouse. You have a spouse, Thomas. I have a spouse, Thomas. I'm sure there have been times, I don't want to be that jazzy intrusive guy too much, but I'm sure there have been times with you and your wife where you've gotten in some disagreements, maybe some arguments, and I wouldn't be shocked if it ever happened on vacation. It happened at an airport.
Yeah, for sure.
And we all have our own special degree of anxiety or whatever when it comes to airports, and we all handle it differently to a certain extent. I am somebody, I like taking an early morning flight. Mm-hmm. I like being like the first one at the airport, like getting up before the sun is up, getting that Uber to the airport. I'm the first one there. Maybe I even get some breakfast, whatever. Yeah. I'm there 2 hours early. There are some people who don't want to waste that time there. They want to roll in. They got the carry-on bag, and they're just like, boom, 15 minutes before that door closes, they're on, and that's good for them. Good for them. I was at LAX one time, Thomas. I was coming home for Christmas break when we were writing on that show in Burbank back in 2018. And I'm waiting for I'm in the one terminal of LAX, and it's going to Philadelphia, but it's not boarding yet. So I'm just waiting patiently because I'm there plenty early. And the very next gate is right there, 15 feet away, is going to Austin, Texas. And it's last call, they're about ready to close up. And I just see this dude walking down the hallway with just a backpack, and he just looks like the coolest guy in the world. A little bit older than me, coolest guy in the world. No worries in the world. He just looks at me as he's walking past me, and I look at him, and I recognize him. It's LAX, Thomas.
Yeah. Where the stars fly, baby.
And I was just like, oh, hey. And I just kind of smiled. He recognized that I recognized him. I was trying to be cool. I was like, oh, hey. And he goes, hey, man. And just very clearly walks past me, walks to the Austin gate as they're closing the door. They all greet him like they know him.
Yeah.
And he just wings on and just goes in, and then they close up the door. And it was just he didn't have to wait for anything.
Chip, I'm dying. Who was it?
It was the late, great Mr. Vincent Price. No, it was Austin, Texas's own lead singer of one of my favorite bands, Spoon, Mr. Britt Daniel. So Britt Daniel from Spoon, great band, and just cool rock star, indie hero, and just he's taken that flight from LAX to Austin 1,000 times. He doesn't need to be there 2 hours early like I do. So anyway, there is a new term flying around called airport divorces. Now, it sounds sad.
It does sound sad.
It sounds like the end of something. It's really the beginning of something to a certain extent. An airport divorce, they say it's not a bad thing. Mm-hmm. But let's say you and your spouse, your travel partner, have different... Hey, maybe you experience the airport the same way. Great, good for you, and then you do that. But there are some couples that deal with airports and want to do it very differently. So they say, all right, look, instead of trying to satisfy both of you and fighting and arguing and being all nervous and getting in a fight on your way to vacation, divorce yourselves before that. Go your separate ways when you get to the airport, or even go separately to the airport. If you are the wife that wants to get there 2 hours early, but your husband doesn't want to show up until 45 minutes beforehand, maybe he'll leave for the airport later. Mm-hmm. And then you just do your own things. She wants to look at all the shops and grab the coffee. He wants to grab a quick candy bar and then go hide in the corner and read a book for a few minutes, whatever. And then you just do your own thing, and then you come back on the plane reinvigorated. Yeah. He's done his thing, she has done her thing, and they've dealt with that anxiety or that whatever stress, and then they come back and they get to sit next to each other and enjoy their flight free from if I can use a play on words here, free from the baggage of airport stress. So that is the airport divorce. They say 54% of people, apparently, according to this one study, say that their personalities change inside an airport. That's over half people say like they change that, like that's the way that, so yeah. And now do you think you would be an airport divorce guy? Now you have a kid too, so I think that makes it even more difficult.
I never would have been an airport divorce guy. Like I find a lot more comfort than stress in like my wife being around. Yeah. But 100%, if you have friction there, if you just are like different people who want to do it a different way and it's already a heightened situation where there's extra anxiety, and you can strip a little bit of that away by like just doing your own thing, moving as freely as you'd like to through the airport and doing it your way. Yep. You got to take all the stress out of it you can, man. Yep. So do it. Do it. I'm very pro this if you're in a situation where that works. Would you and Kim ever
See, I travel a lot for work by myself. So
it's so much easier.
It's easy, but it's also lonely. You know what I mean? So it is nice to have her there. And I think we travel fairly similarly. So like we have the same sort of methods, which is kind of nice. So it's sort of novel. So I don't think we travel enough together where it's like, oh, we have to do that. But like I can definitely see that. I'm somebody who like, especially when I'm by myself, I will get there early, maybe grab a bite to eat if that's a thing. And then I need to go to my terminal, even if it's 2 hours early. I need to see there might even be another plane loading there. The other one isn't, but it's like, all right, B38, that's where I am. So I get the visual on it. I got the 20. And then what I do is I walk. I get my steps in. And I go the length of that terminal, all those terminals, back and forth for an hour. Because like I'm going to be sitting on a plane for 4 hours or whatever. I want to be as tired as I can. I want to see as much as I can. I don't want to be sitting. So I want to be up and around. And I pace, Thomas. That's what I do.
Oh, I love it. And getting out a little nervous energy, getting some steps in, really flaring up that plantar fasciitis right before you sit down for a nice 4 or 5 hours.
And not being able to stretch it out at all. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
It's so interesting, dude. I've never seen you in an airport environment, but I will.
Yes, you will.
Thanks. We're actually taking the same flight from Los Angeles to Honolulu. You'll get to see my whole circus routine with the baby.
Get very excited.
I think my dad's gonna be on that flight too.
I love it.
We're really packing out that flight from LAX to Honolulu.
Yes, we are.
And it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how your wife does it.
Our wives are going to meet for the first time. That's a crazy concept. We've known each other for a decade.
Yeah.
And our wives have never crossed paths yet.
They've never been in the same place at the same time.
My wife was unable because of work. She wasn't able to make it out to the to the wedding. Speaking of road trips, wasn't able to make it out to the wedding. So this will be the first time getting the clans together.
Yeah, dude. It'll be I don't know. I have all these visions of it being absolute perfection. It's going to be so fun.
It's going to be great. I can't wait.
Well, you don't have to wait much longer.
I know.
34 days. So Chip Chantry's Thanksgiving in Paradise.
Wow. Okay. I feel like this has been a decent podcast so far. This has been a good episode. I'm feeling good. You're just feeling good and you're just good. And then you just get that little extra zing, extra zest.
Yeah, dude. A little lift.
And I think it's been going really well this episode, but I think something in the air, I just caught it. It's like when you're walking around in the fall and you just, for that first time, and it's dark out and there's a little breeze, and then you smell a campfire.
Yeah.
Get a little of that, and you're like, oh, that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I just got, because do you know what time it's for, Tommy?
Oh, what time is it for, Chip?
Speaking of smell, I can smell it right now. I just cracked open the good book.
The good book.
The Guinness Book of World Records. Every episode, we highlight some people or some places or some individuals, or maybe it's a plant or an animal, maybe it's a mineral.
They all work in the good book. If they've set a record, if they've been world record worthy, we can get into it.
Thomas, do you want to start with yours?
I would be delighted to, Chip. My Guinness Book of World Records, the record I found, it involves airplanes, air travel, which we will be taking on our sweet trip to Hawaii. But this week, I found the record for the longest inverted flight in history. That's upside down, baby.
Oh!
It happened in 1991
Ugh.
in Canada.
Just to show you how long ago 1990 was, this is before Thomas O'Brien wrote his 5th grade manifesto of how to be a more successful person.
Classic gatekeeping then, still, Chip. I had all this valuable info that I wasn't sharing with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So, July 24th, 1991 in Canada. And let's just say it is safe to assume that Bryan Adams' song,
Everything I Do,
was cranking because it was the #1 song in the country this week, Chip.
and it was in Canada. Can you only imagine?
Canada's favorite son, Bryan Adams.
Yes.
Do you have any guess how long the record for flying upside down is, Chip?
So, like, just a plane flying upside down.
Plane flying upside down.
Like a mile?
Oh, well, it's a time record.
Oh, a time record.
How long? How long?
Oh, like 2 minutes?
Joann Osterud, a stunt pilot who was also the first commercial airline pilot that's a female.
Okay, good for her.
For Alaska Airlines, flew upside down for 4 hours and 38 minutes and 10 seconds, Chip.
What?
4 hours, 38 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay, so first of all, flying upside down for 4 hours is crazy.
Oh, it's nuts.
Just being upside down for 4 hours is crazy.
Dude.
Like, how do you not pass out?
To train for it, she mounted a chair, to the ceiling of her garage and would just sit in it for hours, dude.
What's Mom doing? She's out in the garage practicing.
Joan?
Jody, I'm practicing. I'm practicing.
I'm practicing for the record.
Take out the roast. I'm practicing.
And in a not as funny, factoid out, this was all in part, I think it was like to promote a air show that she was part of. She's a stunt pilot. She was doing this big stunt to raise awareness for this air show she was going to be in. And apparently, I think it worked this time, but she later did have to retire from air shows after having a crash in something called the Ring of Fire stunt.
Oh, no. That sounds like a bad place to crash.
It does. She walked away safe, but like it spooked her enough where she just retired from the air show circuit at that point.
She took down her upside down chair off the garage ceiling.
Or like a fighter that takes their gloves off and leaves them in the ring. Did she just kind of take the seat belt off of the upside down chair in the garage and leave the chair there? She can't use it anymore, but there's the remembrance of the great thing she did.
Yeah.
What dedication, dude. I mean, I guess you're already a different breed if you're a stunt pilot. Somebody who's like, I'm not just like into flying. I want to do the craziest crap you can with an airplane.
Yeah.
I mean, upside down for 4.5 hours, handling like a very sensitive machine, from my understanding, in a way it's not designed to work. Yeah. I mean, this lady's a baddie, dude. She's freaking just a macho person.
It's just a Canadian baddie.
And I think it almost by half an hour, maybe a little more than half an hour, beat the previous record, which was set in 1933, dude.
So like 60 years, yeah.
Since the 30s. And she went out there and smashed it by half an hour, dude.
Good for her.
Joann Osterud.
Joni.
Great job. Very impressive. And, thanks for hanging around upside down long enough to inspire the whole world.
Huzzah.
Congratulations
to you and her.
Chip. Hit me with your world record.
Well, I don't have a world record per se to start out with as much as I do a question.
Okay.
Thomas. Mm-hmm. You know the direct link between yams and extreme sports, right?
No.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay, please.
We're going a little further back from 1991. 12 years, in fact.
Wow.
April 1st, April Fool's Day. Although I don't know if they celebrate it across the pond, but April 1st, 1979. Okay? April 1st, 1979, David Kirk of the UK tied himself to an elastic rope and jumped off a 76-meter suspension bridge in Bristol, United Kingdom. Okay? And he became, on that day in 1975, the world's first bungee jumper.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. He is the world's first bungee jumper. He did this because David Kirk was the founder of Oxford University's Dangerous Sports Club.
So is he a student?
I believe so.
Wow.
And apparently he was a part of a group called the Dangerous Sports Club where they would do dangerous sports. And he's like, I got an idea. Let's get this elastic band, tie it to me, and I'm going to jump off this bridge and it'll whip me back.
Whoa, dude.
He was the world's first bungee jumper, setting that record. He was the first, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
Here's the interesting part, though. Yes. 1979, UK's David Kirk, first bungee jumper.
Yeah.
In a certain respect. But he was also inspired by an ancient ritual that's still done to this day called land diving by this tribe on the island nation of Vanuatu, which was, I believe, I've only ever seen Survivor, like a few episodes of Survivor, and this is back in like the year 2000. Like this is like early on. And it was Survivor Vanuatu. I still remember that. They were on an island. It's in like Oceania, whatever we call it. But out by like Australia, Fiji, Kiribati, Tonga, Samoa, all that. So it's a small island, and there are these this one tribe where every year they jump off these. They used to do it out of trees, but now they build these giant wooden towers. And they jump off of these giant wooden towers with vines wrapped around their ankles. And they do it for posterity and for a good yam harvest.
Holy cow.
It's to sort of bring in the yam harvest. And if it is, and I actually studied this a little bit because I did this thing on this other show once where I was like, I found out about this and I need to know everything. You can see videos of it, and they do as they say, where they jump and they land on the land. Like, it's not over water. They've basically like kind of made sort of like a playground situation, I'm sure, that your daughter goes to, where there's like wood chips or whatever down.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's softer, but it's still like, I want to say a 30-foot drop or so. And they jump down, and they do prepare these vines so that the vines do have some elasticity to them.
Yeah.
But it's a little more harsh, and I will say that they sometimes even have these kids do it, these boys who are 7 and 8 years old.
Dude, that's wild.
And it's a rite of passage for the boys to sort of prove their manhood. And here's what happens, too. A lot of times, right around the ages of 7, 8 years old, the boys in this tribe get circumcised, and then they jump off these towers and do a land diving thing in front of their elders at 7 or 8 years old to prove their manhood. So basically what I'm saying is, Thomas, in the nation of Vanuatu, second grade kind of sucks.
So, I mean, is it one after the other? Is it part of the same ceremony? They chop it while they're still bleeding. They go jump off a...
I don't know about it. I don't think I don't think it's all on the same day. Maybe I think they're separate entities, but it's right around the same amount of time. But yeah, but then basically what they do, the men, they kind of go off and they build these towers, and then they do something. I think it's like they soak the vines or whatever.
You got to soak the vines.
It's elastic, but it's not a bungee cord. They're still landing basically on the ground to a certain extent. It's kind of wild. And there is video of this too. So if anybody's watching, go YouTube Vanuatu land diving. I believe it's called Gol or Nagol, like Nagol, or just GOL is what they refer to this ritual as.
I'm having a little trouble picturing it. So the vines are wrapped around their legs.
Yes.
The vines have a little bit of give, but they're
Yes.
still hitting the ground.
Yes.
Are they just landing on their heads? Like, how does that work that
I'm trying to think. I forget and obviously there have been some casualties and some horrible things happen, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how they land. I think they sort of maybe like sort of headstand, like kind of hit their hands, maybe like a handstand kind of situation, but I forget. Or do they? I honestly don't remember, but go ahead and, I mean, you can look it up on YouTube and watch some land diving.
It just sounds like something that was cooked up by Big Wheelchair Chip.
I think Big Wheelchair did have they do have a sponsorship every year. Land diving, Gull, brought to you by Big Wheelchair.
Sounds so dangerous.
Yeah.
But obviously works for them as a society, right?
Oh, and by the way, apparently this ritual goes back to ancient times when apparently a woman did it, and apparently a husband was being I think this tribal husband was being very inappropriate with a woman many times. She had it and she ran out of the house. This is like the tale. She ran out of the house. It's like, I've had it, runs out. He chases after her, and she runs and runs and runs into the woods, into the forests, into the jungle, climbs up a tree. He chases her up the tree, and then she dives off of the top of the tree, and he dives after her. But what he doesn't know is that she had this plan all along, and she climbed to the top of the tree, tied these vines around her so she wouldn't hit the ground. He hits the ground, doesn't make it.
Whoa.
And then her problems are solved. That's what we call a Vanuatu divorce. Not an airport divorce.
Not an airport divorce.
No.
Then that year, the yams were popping, baby.
The yams were a popping.
You draw the correlation, and now we're still doing it to this day.
Yeah. So congratulations to I'm looking for his name, David Kirk of the UK in 1979. World's first bungee jumper, and of course started a craze, of course, in the coming decades. So he was the first official bungee jumper, but also shout out to the tribes of Vanuatu for doing this land jumping for many years.
Well, dude, that's amazing. That bungee jumping thing really took off. You ever bungee jump, Chip?
Never. Have you?
No. Would you?
No.
No desire.
It seems unnecessary. I think the word that I'm looking for is unnecessary.
It's very unnecessary.
Yeah.
I do enjoy a bungee cord, though. In the right configuration, you're in the car or something.
Absolutely.
You're going to secure something that's sliding around
Holding
in the back.
some stuff down.
Love
I
a
don't have
bungee
any problem with
cord.
that.
Don't
No.
need a bungee jump.
Nope, not at all.
Well, buddy, it's time to get into some vacation rules.
Let's do it.
What's your vacation rule this week, buddy?
Vacation rule number 82. Do not live out of a suitcase. Okay? We're travelers, Thomas. Okay? I've learned this. If you are staying in a hotel for more than a night or two, unpack your suitcase, use the dresser. That's what it's there for. Organize your clothes. Take 2 minutes to do it. And then you just feel neat and organized. You feel more at home. And you're not just living at. You can put the suitcase in the closet, so you don't have to worry about it. And then you also don't ever have to stand in a dark hotel room in a towel, hunched over a suitcase, rifling through for some underwear while your wife looks on and questions every decision she's ever made in her life.
It's so true, dude. It's so true.
If you're staying in a hotel for more than a night, I would say unpack your suitcase, put it in the dresser, make it your home.
It is a deep bend to a suitcase lying flat on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some positions a nude male body does not look its best in.
Nope. No. In any light.
Well-earned vacation rule, Chip.
Yeah.
I love the convenience of it, too. Just having all your stuff there.
You can see everything. You're not like, how many more pairs of socks do I have? It's like they're right there in the drawers. That, by the way, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Chris Kosha, very funny comedian. One of the first guys to ever take me on the road. He's that road comedian. He's done it. He really showed me how to travel a lot. And he's like, if you're staying just for a night, you don't have to unpack. But he's like, more than a night, take 5 minutes, unpack. You're gonna you're going to feel a lot better.
Absolutely. And also, like, when I travel with my wife, there's usually 3 drawers, right?
Yep.
And top drawer, her.
Okay.
Middle drawer, me.
Mm-hmm.
Third drawer, Chip. That's where the dirties go.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Out of sight, out of mind.
That's a really good idea. I like that.
They're all collected there. It's not mixing in because, sometimes you just shove them back in your suitcase and hope you remember it or whatever.
Yeah, and then that's kind of...
Yeah, separate it all out and then have a wild drawer for the stuff that you don't want to deal with until it's time to leave.
The listeners have come for Sha Na Na, and they've stayed for a great travel rule. That I think that was a twofer because you get unpacking, but then the drawer, that's another dimension that I wasn't expecting. That I love.
Yeah.
Now, I think they've already gotten so many vacation rules, but let's give them an extra one, Thomas.
Let's give them one more. This is my vacation rule for the week. It's vacation rule number 222. Fiber is your friend. Start taking it regularly the week before you leave. You don't want to get back and have your best story be about how many times you didn't go to the bathroom. No one wants to hear that story.
No.
It's gross.
They don't want it on the postcard. They don't want Instagram posts about it. About, hey, look where I'm in Paris and look what I'm not doing.
It's not cute.
No.
You're talking about bathroom stuff.
Right.
It's gross. You're
Yep.
making the listener envision refuse.
Yes.
Don't do it.
No. Fiber's your friend.
Fiber's your friend. And it's a lot of people do have their bodies just know when they're going on trips.
Yeah.
And it tightens up, and it can be an uncomfortable sensation.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want that to override the whole trip. If you have that issue, if you've ever had it, a week beforehand, start hitting that fiber, and you're going to have a lot smoother trip.
In more ways than one.
Let the relationships you make, the things you see, the good times you have, be the stories you share and the stories you take with you, not your 15th trip to La Farmacia.
Well done, Thomas. And so I think the moral of today's vacation rules is unpack.
Yeah.
Empty it out. Whether it's the suitcase or something else.
It's a relief. And then if we go back to the airport divorce, we are minimizing anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
We are raising efficiency. We are just creating free space to have great times and create precious memories. And I'll just throw this out there. Take some pictures. Take pictures of everything. You don't want to forget this stuff.
No.
Snappy. And make sure you're in them.
Yes.
On trips, I'm the guy that takes a lot of pictures, not in a ton of pictures.
Yeah, you got to remember whether it's selfie or getting somebody else to take it.
Going to be better about demanding. You get the big dog and the pic.
Great rule, Thomas.
Oh, thank you very much, Chip. Now it's time to celebrate the man, the lifestyle design all-star. He went out and carved a path where there was none for him to have the dream life of basically doing whatever he wanted to with a billion friends. We're talking about Jimmy Buffett. Chip and I have studied this man's life. We've turned over every stone to be turned to find out new facts that only the most diehard Jimmy Buffett fans know.
Mm-hmm.
Chip, what is your Buffett fact this week?
Jimmy Buffett once entered an escape room in Cleveland. 30 minutes later, he was spotted on a beach in Aruba. Talk about escapism, Thomas. That's how good he was.
He was an escape master. That's true. Yeah, you got to think about it. It's like maybe the king of modern escapism.
Yep.
But to be the king of modern escapism, you have to be on such another level.
Mm-hmm.
He could really, really escape.
From a strip mall in Cleveland. Knows how to do it.
Aruba looks like a lot of fun.
It does. And maybe that's our next comedy destination. We shall see.
I mean, it's on the list.
Yeah.
It's very high up on the list.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Chip. My Buffett fact this week.
Buffett fact for you.
Jimmy Buffett could navigate using only the stars. He knew he drifted off course if he ever saw Charlie Sheen or David Lee Roth.
You're off pace there.
Yeah, he knew something was wrong if he was running into those two.
That is a great fact.
Thanks, Matt. Well, Chip, I think we're running short on time here, buddy. This just flew by.
We did it all today. Speaking of taking taking vacations. We took a trip around the world today.
We really did. Well, thanks so much for watching. It really means a lot to us. This is the Sunburnt podcast where we talk about comedy and tropical travel. Until next time, stay burnt. Front desk.
Hi, this is Mr. Chantry in room 308. How much longer is that Captain Crunch mascot going to be taking photos with kids in the lobby?
Captain Crunch? Oh, Mr. Chantry, that's our bellhop Henry.
Oh, well, I thank him for his service.